Hey everyone! So we need to talk about something absolutely wild happening in the smartphone world right now. The Google Pixel 10 Pro, which launched just a few months ago at $999, can now be had for just $649. Meanwhile, Apple's iPhone 17 Pro is sitting pretty at $1,100 with zero discounts. That's a $450 difference, people. $450! So naturally I had to ask, is the Pixel 10 Pro actually a better value than the iPhone 17 Pro? Let's break this down. First, let's just address the elephant in the room. That price tag. $649 for what Google calls their ultimate Pixel experience versus $1,099 for Apple's Pro phone. Now, I can already hear some of you typing furiously in the comments, but it's Apple. You're paying for the ecosystem. Sure. But we're talking about almost half the price here. That's not just a discount. I could buy a PlayStation 5 with the money I saved territory. Or, pay a couple of bills for a month and buy some groceries at the end. The kicker? Google released this phone at $999 just months ago, meaning they're essentially admitting, yeah, we can sell this for way less and still make money. Meanwhile, Apple's over there like, you'll pay $1,100 and you'll like it. Now let's talk about what actually matters, the cameras. Because let's be real, in 2025, if your phone can't take a decent photo, what are we even doing? The Pixel 10 Pro rocks a triple camera setup, a 50 megapixel main sensor, an ultra wide, and here's the party trick, a 5x telephoto lens that can zoom up to 100 times with AI assistance. Now, is 100 times zoom practical? Absolutely not. Will you use it to spy on your neighbor's weird garden gnome collection? Absolutely yes. But here's where Pixel has always dominated, computational photography. The colors look natural, not like you Instagram filtered them into oblivion. Low light performance? Chef's kiss. Motion handling? Excellent. And oh yeah, you can shoot 8K video without the phone having an existential crisis. The iPhone 17 Pro has a fantastic camera system too, don't get me wrong, but when you consider you're paying 70% more for photos that are, at best, marginally better in certain scenarios, that math starts getting really hard to justify. Screen time. The Pixel 10 Pro features a 6.3-inch Super Actua display with, and get ready for this number, over 3,000 nits of peak brightness. That's staring directly into the sun levels of brightness. Okay, slight exaggeration, but seriously, you can use this thing on the brightest summer day and actually see what's on your screen. Revolutionary concept, I know. It's also got a 120Hz refresh rate, so scrolling through Twitter, X, or whatever we're calling it this week, feels buttery smooth. Deep blacks, precise colors, Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both sides. This is a premium display by any measure. The iPhone 17 Pro also has an excellent screen, but again, is it $450 better? I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not. Performance-wise, the Pixel is running Google's Tensor G5 chip with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Apple's chips are so much more powerful. And yeah, on paper, Apple's chips benchmark higher. But here's the thing, unless you're rendering 4K video or playing Genshin Impact on max settings for hours, you're probably not going to notice the difference in day-to-day use. Apps open fast, multitasking is smooth, gaming is solid on medium to high settings. The phone doesn't slow down or stutter, it just works. And honestly, that's all most people need. Plus, with that Tensor chip, you get all of Google's fancy AI features baked right in. Real-time call translation, advanced photo editing, all that good stuff. Which brings me to software. This is where things get really interesting. The Pixel 10 Pro ships with Android 16 out of the box, and Google promises, get this, 7 years of OS updates and security patches. 7! That's longer than most people keep their phones. But let's talk about the actually useful AI features. Real-time call translation? Game changer if you ever need to call international customer service. Advanced photo editing tools that can literally remove people from the background of your photos? Slightly creepy, incredibly useful. Satellite emergency connectivity? Hopefully you'll never need it, but it's nice to know it's there. Apple's got great software too, obviously. iOS is iOS. It's polished, it's stable, it works. But are these differences worth $450? Starting to sound like a broken record here, but probably not. Battery life. The Pixel 10 Pro easily lasts over 24 hours on a typical day. It's got fast wired charging, and here's something cool. Key 2 magnetic wireless charging support. That's basically MagSafe, but, not called MagSafe because lawyers exist. Build quality? Aluminum frame, Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both sides, IP68 water and dust resistance. This phone feels premium. It doesn't feel like a $649 phone, it feels like a $999 phone that happens to be on sale. Because, well, that's exactly what it is. Look, here's the bottom line. The iPhone 17 Pro is an excellent phone. Apple makes great products, nobody's disputing that. But when you can get a phone that's 90 to 95% as good for literally half the price, that's what we call a value proposition. The Pixel 10 Pro at $649 gives you flagship cameras, a gorgeous display, solid performance, 7 years of software updates, and all the AI features you could want. The iPhone 17 Pro at $1,100 gives you a lot of the same things, plus an Apple logo and the ability to airdrop memes to your friends slightly faster. For most people, and I'm talking the vast majority of smartphone users who just want a phone that takes great photos, lasts all day, and doesn't lag, the Pixel 10 Pro is an absolute no-brainer at this price. Will Apple fans switch? Probably not, and that's fine. Ecosystems are sticky. But if you're on the fence, or you're an Android user looking for an upgrade, or you're just someone who appreciates getting flagship quality without the flagship price tag, this is it. This is the deal. Anyway, that's my take. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm crazy, if you agree, or if you're still convinced your iPhone is worth the extra $450. No judgment. Well, maybe a little judgment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And hey, if this video just saved you $450, maybe the least you could do is like the video? After all, it's free, just saying. Anyways, catch you in the next one.